Hey guys, hope you're doing well and welcome to this Google Ads Masterclass for dropshipping e-commerce brands. I will show you today how you can set up your Google Ads strategy for your own store and how to scale it effectively. It's a super simple strategy, perfect for beginners and even advanced stores. We have implemented it for countless stores already in different niches, and we're literally making millions of dollars with it each and every month. So listen closely, stay tuned, and I will guide you through everything you can implement step by step for your own store and generate results with that. So this masterclass is structured in 4 different sections, 4 different parts, 4 different videos. In the first video now, we will tackle account creation, what we need. I will link everything below the video or in a separate Notion document or something like that, so you have it, you can find it easily. And yeah, just like have the video on one screen and do everything with me together on another screen. So just step by step, we will go through everything together. In the second video, we will tackle the Google Tag Manager, how to implement the code, plus installing the Google Channel app, setting up the tracking in the Google Tag Manager, everything we need. We will use TrackB as a main conversion source. We will link G4 property, link it with Google Ads as well. In the third video, I will show you how to set up TrackB, which is super important. You need a proper tracking foundation in order to scale your store. Otherwise, you don't know, are the ads working? How well are they working? And you want to provide the algorithm with as much data as possible, basically. And TrackB has been the #1 tracking solution for me. It works really, really well. It's super price worthy as well. I think it's like for the first 50K, it's even free, and after that, it's €100 or $100 per store. So that's literally nothing once you're making good numbers and you get a proper tracking solution with that. So that's awesome. And in the fourth and last video, I will show you then finally how to set up the campaigns in the Google Ads account. So if you're just interested in that, you can skip to that part already. I will show you how to set up a BMX feed only campaign. So we're focusing mainly on Google Shopping ads with our store. And I will also show you how to set up a search brand campaign so you can target people that are already looking for your brand. That's like the most basic beginner setup. So yeah, once your store is hitting a certain level of numbers, let's say 1 to 2K days already, then the setup would become a little bit more advanced, more complex, where we structure everything a little bit differently, implement different campaign types. And again, everything I will show you here today, it's the same strategy, the same foundation I have implemented for all of my clients myself, which enabled us to grow effectively and really quickly in a short amount of time. And it's the same strategy which can bring you to 10K days if you improve it and optimize properly, properly at the right time. So perfect, let's dive right into it. Let's start with the account creation. So what we need basically, of course, you need the Google Ads account, which is already created there. We will use that store as an example where we set everything up today. You need the Google Ads account, you need a Google Tag Manager account, which I will create with you, Google Analytics account, G4 property, which I will also create for you right now in this video. Of course, you need Shopify or like your store. You can, that's one thing that might be good to mention, like this tutorial is for Shopify stores, but you can do the Google Ads strategy basically for every store. Like that's clear. But most of you guys are using Shopify anyway, but the Google Ads strategy can be used with every shop system, of course. Like it doesn't matter if it's WooCommerce or Magento or whatever shop system you're using. But the strategy, like with TrackB and tracking and everything, I will show you with the Shopify store, of course. So we need Google Ads, Google Tag Manager, GA4, Shopify, obviously, and TrackB as our tracking solution. And you need the Google Merchant Center, which you have to create as well, which is also already created and linked with the Google Ads account. So I will not show you that in that masterclass, but again, I will link everything below the video in the Notion document or something like that. So if you haven't created an account yet, it's pretty simple. I will link it, you will click on it. Google will guide you through it step by step on how to set up your account, and pretty easy. And yeah, the same thing with the Google Ads account. You click on the link, Google will guide you through it step by step. It's a little bit tricky sometimes, so maybe you watch a separate tutorial on that. Would have been best to show you that in the tutorial as well, but again, the account has been created already, so it doesn't make any sense. And that's literally the easiest part, so should be quite easy to do. But I will show you a quick thing. Once you have set up the account and it looks like that more or less, you should, yeah, this Loom stuff is a little bit in the way, so perfect. Make sure to set up the billing right away with the payment methods. It's a part of the setup process, so Google will guide you through it usually. But if you skip it somehow, make sure you do it right away. Include payment methods. But one thing I wanted to mention, and what I want to show you here, is make sure that you also do the advertiser verification right away. You have to do it sooner or later anyway. If you don't do it, sometimes, yeah, it's way more likely that your account gets blocked for different reasons if you haven't done it yet. And also you cannot submit an appeal if you haven't done it yet. So do that straight away. And if it gets blocked, you can submit an appeal easily. So that's the only thing I want you to do for now for the Google Ads account. Create it, create the billing setup, include your preferred payment methods, ideally credit card, and then do the advertiser verification straight away. That's it for the Google Ads account. The same with the Google Merchant Center. Like, just click on the link, create it, include all the information that's needed, like the business information, etc., shipping, return policy, whatever you can. The more information, the better. Just make sure it's accurate and the same as on the website. So you don't want to have different information on the website and on in the Google Merchant Center, because that can lead to a Google Merchant Center suspension, which is really shitty. It's hard to get it live again, and you cannot advertise with your Google Merchant Center blocked. People who have experienced that already know what I mean, and yeah, it's really a pain in the ass, especially in the dropshipping niche. So make sure you make it properly. Make sure you do it properly, make sure everything is clean, and then we can continue. So we have Google Ads, we have Google Merchant Center, and now I will set up Google Tag Manager and Google Analytics with you together. So we will use that store as an example. It's not super, we will advertise in France with it. It's not super clean yet. I don't like the design or the conversion design. Let's look at one of the product pages. Yeah, it's a little bit, it's not quite ready yet. Like, that's why we haven't set up anything yet. It's a completely new store. But I will show you how to set up the account. So basically for you the same, you just click on the link. I will link it somewhere and it will guide you through it, create account basically. For me it looks a little bit different because I already have a bunch of accounts. But yeah, create account. Just name it after your store. The country where you're advertising. Doesn't really matter that much what you put here. Then yeah, just make sure the naming is clean, you know, and consistent. Like with all the accounts you have, Google Ads account, Google Tag Manager, make sure it's clean and consistent, especially if you have many different stores or many different accounts like me, for example, as well. Otherwise it will get messy and you don't want that. I want to move the Loom part a little bit. Okay, accept. So it's loading. No. Invalid. That's typical. Every time you want to show something, why doesn't it work right now? Let's try again. We've refreshed the page. Zack, zack. Okay, perfect. Finally, okay. And there the code pops already up. We will install it a little bit later. We just want to create the accounts for now in the first video, otherwise it will be too long. So you can close it and you will find the code later again if you click on your GTM ID here. So there I have the head code, the body tag. And now we will do the same with a Google Analytics account. For me, it looks a little bit differently than for you because you might not have any account yet, but if you have, like just like that, settings, create. For you, just click on the link and create the account. I want to create a new account. Again, we will name it after the store. I have a clear idea on how I want to name things. I have a clear naming convention. Just include everything here. Doesn't matter. So property name will always look like that for me. Same like the GTM. Clean. France. Currency, we have euro, of course, we have euros. Zack, small, shopping, leads, sales, traffic. Yeah, tick on all of them, not that. Accept, and then web. And here the Earth again. So that's how I name it. But again, you can name it however you want. Next. So now we have created the GTM account, Google Tag Manager, and Google Analytics. Perfect. We will need that for the next video. So that's it for the first part, account creation. We have everything basically track-B. Also just click on the link, create a dashboard and link it to your store ready. I will show you later on in the third part on how to set everything up with the track-B pixel and how to connect everything. But for now we have everything just as a repetition for you. So Google Ads, Google Merchant Center, Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics and track-B. So you need those 5 accounts. Pretty easy on how to do it. And yeah, see you in the next video. Looking forward to it. See you. So, welcome to the second part of this Google Ads Masterclass. In this video, I will show you how to connect the GTM code with Shopify. We will also install the Google Channel app and set everything up, connect everything, especially GA4, and connect that with Google Ads as well. And we will also set the GA4 conversion tracking in Google Ads, which will be used mainly as a backup for us, as our primary conversion tracking will still be via track-B, as already mentioned in the first video. So let's get started. I hope you have everything opened like me, so you can follow along and do everything with me together. Please head over to the Google Tag Manager, where you will click on the GTM ID here and copy the code, the head code. So don't copy it like that, because that way mistakes happen quite easily, and you don't want to make any mistakes if you work with tracking, because you have to be very careful and precise. And the thing is, yeah, if you make a mistake here, first of all, it really hurts. You lose a lot of time and money, until you realize you've made a mistake and you're not tracking properly. And these mistakes are also hard to spot, because even like a small thing, for example, if I forget to copy a little part, then everything's fucked up. So be very precise when working with tracking. And that's why we also click on that, because that's the safe option. So that way you already avoid making mistakes when copying things. So that's always safe. So perfect. Then we will head over to Shopify. And for some of you guys who are more experienced, you might know that a lot of things have changed with Shopify. So in the past, we used to edit the code and we had to edit the theme page where we dropped the GTM code here basically pretty far up, so it fires first. It was super important because everything was linked to the GTM with the tracking, depending on which tracking option you chose. But yeah, that's how we did it. We will not save that now, so I'm in my own way. And we also did the same with the checkout page. I'll just show you real quick where you had to drop the same code on the order status page so you could track purchases and stuff like that. But as you can see, it's already deprecated, so you can still use that option until end of the year. But I will not show you something which will not be around for that much longer. So I will show you the current new way on how to do things. So yeah, let's go to settings, and there you can see something like can you see customer events. That's new. The new update basically, and there we can add the GTM as a custom pixel basically. So I just name it GTM. Drop the code there, not required, mission doesn't qualify as data say. So there you have to adjust some things. So first of all, because you have to understand for this customer events, HTML doesn't work, only JavaScript. So we will delete this part, which is basically just a comment. It has no function anyway. Delete that part. And you also have to delete this script part at the beginning and at the end. Be careful when doing things like that. You don't want to make any mistake. Looks good. Okay, then we can save that and connect everything. And then you will see if we head over to the site. Perfect. Reload. Then we can see the Google Tag Manager is already installed on the page. So that's working, that's fine. But again, it will not be that relevant for our tracking strategy. There will not be many things we will track with the GTM. Track B is our most important thing here. But basically GTM is now installed. So next thing that we will tackle now is installing the Google Channel app and connect everything. So you install this app here, Google and YouTube. Yeah, it's not called Google Channel app anymore, but back in the days, that's how it was called. You can still find it when you're searching for a Google Channel app. So you install that. Everything's working, that's fine. I like the Windows too because I work with those. So then you will connect your Google account, and you have to use the Google account with whom you set up Google Ads, Google Merchant Center, and Google Analytics if you want to connect everything, which in my case is that. Perfect. So, and first we will also connect that, because why not? It's just different. I will show you what it is, but basically over here for G4 we can also install that, which is not that accurate anymore because of all the Shopify changes, and track is just way better, way more advanced, and tracking is like super important. You have to understand that tracking is super important. You don't want to have like, even the best media buyer can't work with an account where you only track like 30 to 40% of your conversions, because you're just missing out here, especially in the learning phase. You're just missing out. You need, and also like the campaign types nowadays who work a lot with AI and machine learning, you need a lot of data. So if you only track like 30%, first of all, yeah, data quality is missing. You're only tracking a part of it. So you're losing out heavily. You need good tracking. And yeah, still like to do that as a backup. Just connect it. It doesn't hurt if you have it in an account. I will show it to you. So you just have to connect the Google Ads account here, which is, where do we have it? But I don't use that as a main tracking. Then GA4, same thing. And in your case, if you haven't connected anything to the GMC yet, I need you to confirm that, connect the GMC, put your phone number in, select the target country and language, everything, terms and conditions, and then complete the setup. And then you will have the feed in the Google Merchant Center, which I will not do in that case because the feed is already set up via the app Symposium. Some of you may know that. But I would recommend you to do it with that app, so you have everything done with one app. And yeah, feed management is quite complicated. Later on, you want to have an expert who optimizes your feed properly. But for the beginning, it's fine if you have just the basic feed connected with via the Content API. And yeah, then you're good to go. But I will not do that because I already have the feed. And everything is connected to the to the Google Merchant Center already. But please complete that, complete the setup, and then when you head over to the Google Merchant Center, may take a while, but reload everything and then you should already see the product and the feed. If not, let me know if you have any questions, but should be pretty clear and pretty easy to understand basically. But for me, from my side, everything is done. I have connected the Google Ads account, I have connected GA4, and what we will do now is we'll head over to the Google Ads account. And what I do now is I want to connect GA4 with my Google Ads account. This loop thing is in my way again. So go to Tools, Data Manager, and there you can see I already have connected the Google Merchant Center with my Google Ads account as well, which is also super important. You have to do that as well, because otherwise you will not be able to run any ads with your products. Pretty clear. I will connect GA4 and just look for my property here. Next, make sure all of that is on. Link, done. Super easy. Done, perfect. Then we will head over to goals, where you can already see, there you can see Google Shopping. That's because I connected, show you again. That's because I connected the Google Ads account there as well, which automatically imports these conversion actions. I want to have everything on secondary later on because only my TrackB purchases will be primary. And primary, there you can see it already, it just popped up. Primary actions are used for optimization for your bid strategy basically. So if you have a campaign and you track all this stuff basically, but you only want to optimize on purchases, you only want your campaigns and your algorithm to optimize on purchases, because if you track everything and everything is seen as a conversion, it messes up the data, because you don't want to optimize on page views necessarily, because a page view doesn't mean something. It's just a person who clicked on your ad and landed on the page. So it's not very high intent. It doesn't make any sense to optimize on that. You want to optimize on purchases and you want to track purchases primarily. So again, primary actions are used for optimizing your bid strategy. That's what we're optimizing on. And there you have the definition for secondary. Secondary actions are observed only and won't be used to optimize bidding and campaign performance. So that's what it is basically. It's just for observation purposes. You have it in an account, so it's nice to compare it, okay, how many add to carts, how many begin checkouts, how many purchases, but I don't use it for the campaign optimization. It's just for observation purposes. What I want to do now as a backup as well is import my GA4 purchase event, which should be already there. Perfect. Import and continue. So this is primary as well, but in the next video we will install TrackB, and that will be our primary conversion action. So we have to change it later. Perfect. So do we have anything left for that video? Let me think real quick. Yeah, sure. We forgot the most important part. We installed the GTM, but it's still empty. So what we will do now, we will import. I have a template for that, which I will provide to you as well. It's below the video. A link below the video. It's in the Notion page somewhere. I have added as well. Then you will go to, you will head over to admin, import container. Override, it's fine, it's empty anyway. Default workspace, choose. So I just picked the right file. There it is, already named it properly, tracking template GTM. And it will import everything basically. So there are some things to, yeah, that's a thing of the past basically. Back in the days we used to track add to carts, purchases, and view items with the GTM as well. Like, it's no longer relevant. It's still there. It's paused. It doesn't make any sense. You can delete it as well. Basically, we have the GTM. Like, it doesn't have that many functions in our case. Like, again, TrackB is our primary tracking source. Everything else is just like backup or minor things. What's important here is dynamic remarketing. You want to have that in the account. It may not be super important for your store in the beginning phases yet, but your future media buyer will be grateful if you have that already, so you can optimize your store later on once you've gathered a couple of clicks, a couple of purchases and data, and you want to take it to the next level. So you can leave it like that. You can leave that. Perfect. The template is ready. Okay, the first two lines. How to explain that? So you have to understand, in terms of data privacy and tracking, a lot of things have changed in the last few years, last few months. And a lot of things will continue to change because it's a very important topic and there's always something going on, you know? And Google has implemented something called Google Consent Mode. And I will not get into the details, you know, like that's way too complicated for a quick and easy YouTube tutorial. But basically, Google has implemented this Google Consent Mode, which is an advanced tracking solution to comply to all these laws and how you can collect data. But the thing is, I know that this is a Google Ads Masterclass for dropshippers, and I know that you dropshippers are always kind of in the gray zone with anything basically, but especially with how you collect data. Most of you guys don't even have a consent button installed on your site, I assume. And if you have, so oftentimes it's not set up correctly. So that's the first thing. So, but what the first two lines are doing basically, they are faking the basic Google Consent Mode. So they're faking the consent basically for the basic Google Consent Mode. So it's really primal, it's not set up properly yet. And by the way, quick disclaimer, there is no legal advice from my side, and you are 100% responsible for how you set things up, and so that you comply to your laws in your specific area, in your country, wherever you're from. So this is not set up properly. This is basically, there was a test basically once ago where we tried to fake it with that. So you can fake the Google Basic mode. If you want to set it up properly, you should consult data expert, tracking expert, so he can set up a constant banner, constant mode for your store properly. You can do it like that. You can pause that and do it without constant mode. That's fine as well. That's an option. So if you don't want it, just pause it or delete it. You can also continue with that. Whatever you want, like it's your decision. It works basically to fake this basic constant mode. I just say that it's not a recommendation from my side. Again, you're fully responsible for how you set things up, so it's set up correctly in your country or wherever you're from, and you comply to the laws, etc. So yeah, that's just a quick information from my side on that. So that's really more complicated. That stuff I cannot show that to you in a quick and easy YouTube tutorial. It depends on many things. If you want to set it up properly, it depends on your consent button on the side, as I already mentioned. It depends on what you track, how you track, etc. So for simplicity purposes, we will just pause it now. And there's only one thing you need to do before you can submit everything here. And that is, we will head back over to Google Ads. We will click on the Google Shopping app purchase conversion action. And first of all, you can always increase it to 90 days. I like to do that for the click-through conversion window. And then you go there, use Google Tag Manager, and we will track the conversion ID for your Google Ads account. That's the only thing you have to adjust in the Google Tag Manager here. You go to Variables, Conversion ID, and there you drop your current conversion ID, so the conversion ID from your account. You save it, and then you can submit it. Submit, bam, bam. Okay, perfect. So that's it for this video. We have installed the GTM code in Shopify. We have installed and connected the Google Channel app. So GA4 tracking is working. We have the data layer on the store through the connection with Google Analytics. We have connected Google Analytics to Google Ads, installed our backup conversion tracking, which will not be used anyway, but it's good to have it on the account. We installed the GTM with the dynamic remarketing tags. So I know this tracking part is a little bit more complex, but you don't have to understand everything fully. If you want to understand it better, feel free to reach out to me with any questions, and I will help you for sure. But I also want to make it as simple as possible. Important to know for you is that it works and that you have good tracking at the end of this masterclass. And so you can fully rely on the data when you set up the campaigns and want to scale your store. So we are done with the second part. Next part will be super important, where we'll install TrackB. So let's finish that and see you in the next video. Bye. Let's go. So the third part, finally TrackB. Definitely one of the most important parts of this series of this Google Ads Masterclass for dropshippers, because you need a proper tracking foundation in order to scale and grow your store effectively. So make sure to pay attention and follow along so that we can install TrackB for your store as well properly. It's pretty easy actually. So first of all, a step that we have skipped here, you have to connect your store first and install the TrackB app on your store. That's already done here, but that's like the most basic part. So you create your TrackB account, you log in, then you will be asked to connect your store. So you do that with a Shopify store, and then you will have the chance to install the TrackB Connect app. So pretty simple, and then you have the same the same overview as me. Then you go to your store, click on it, and there you can connect your pixels. And as you can see, you can also do that for your Facebook ads. Pinterest and TikTok might be not that relevant for you. In our case, we want to set up our Google Ads pixels, so we will do that. We have our store, we will connect Google Ads, then you have to connect your Google account again. Then I can choose my stores. Hoppala, did it not work properly? Oh yes, of course, session has expired. Let's try it now. Okay, perfect, weird. Then you can connect one of your ad accounts. And then it will connect to your Google Ads account. Then you already have it in your account, but we are not quite done yet. We will add a conversion booster as well, which is basically Google Ads Enhanced Conversion Tracking. So you have a setup guide here. I will do it with you. So it asks us to head over to Google Ads, settings. And what you have to do here is you have to accept the customer data terms. You will do that. Then we will go to Enhanced Conversions, turn on Enhanced Conversions, and use the Google Ads API. Done. So, and basically we'll show you here as well what you have to do. You see? Easy. Granted. And then we have to install a custom pixel as well, where you can get the code here. Custom events, custom pixel. Let's name it. You can name it however you want to name it. Track B conversion booster. Permissions. Marketing, data sale. Does not qualify as data sale. Just paste the code, save and connect. Done. Done, done, done. So finish. Yeah, it will not be not yet. Takes a little bit of time, but it's fine. It's set up correctly. So now we head over to our conversion goals, and there you can see track B already. Perfect. Everything is secondary. We want that and the order booster to be primary. We will adjust a couple of things here. First of all, 90 days, and we want the attribution to be last click, not last click, data driven, I mean. We don't want it to be last click, but data driven. Same with the order booster. Bam, bam, bam. Data driven, save. All right. And again, we had it in the previous video. We only want those two to be primary. Otherwise, you will double track purchases. I opened the same one twice, and G4 secondary as well. Okay, let's check again. Those two are primary and data driven, right? Perfect. The other one as well. All right, perfect, done. Awesome, so we are done with that video. We have set up TrackB. Finally, we have a solid tracking foundation. Now it's time for us to actually launch the campaigns, and that we will do in the next video. See you soon. Bye. So we are ready for the last and final part of this series, our Google Ads Masterclass for Dropshippers. And that's basically the part we are all looking for, right? How can I set up ads that scale profitably? How can I grow my store? But as you could already see in the last few videos, it's not about just the ads. Like all the best stores that I know, that I work with, all the best stores, the ads are just the cherry on top. You know, the agency, like a good media buyer, good media buying is just the cherry on top. And as you could see for yourself in the last few videos already, it's all about the foundation. It starts with your store, the conversion design, the products you're uploading, like all of that. And then even before we launch the ads, then you have to make sure you have a proper tracking foundation. You have to set up all the accounts, implement everything properly, because without that, you can do whatever you want in the Google Ads account. It will not work. And yeah, we have done that. We have a proper foundation. We have installed everything properly, especially the tracking. We have a super good tracking foundation as well, super good tracking solution. And now it's actually time for us to launch the ads. I will show you this with a different store now that I used in the other videos, because it's super buggy with the other account. I tried it several times now. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work properly, so I get all kind of error notifications and it's loading super slow. I managed to launch the campaign somehow, but it's not really a good option for the content right now. So we will do it here in another account. I will show you how to set it up. PMax, shopping, feed only, and a basic search brand campaign. And then I will show you how to do it here online in Google Ads. Then I will also show you how to make some changes in the offline tool of Google Ads. Not many know about this. It's called the Google Ads Editor. I like it a lot because, as I already said, like Google is always super buggy. Whenever you try to do something here, loading times are horrible. Sometimes it's buggy, it doesn't really work. And yeah, the offline tool is super fast. Just make all the changes here. Takes you some time to get used to it, but you can make all the changes there and then upload everything in bulk. So I like it a lot. If you know how to do it, then that's great. But the thing is, some things are better to do online, some are better to do in the Google Ads Editor. So I kind of work with both, you know. That's why I also want to show you both. So we will implement the basic framework here, but make all the proper changes then in the Google Ads Editor. I will show you everything. Okay, let's get started. New campaign, we will start with a PMax feed only. We will do that in that ad account. It's just a dummy campaign. I will pause it immediately after I've showed you. You pick sales, make sure you have just purchases, pick them, and as I already told you, only the purchase conversion action should be set as primary. Everything else is secondary because we don't want to optimize on that. Only the purchases. So that's looking good. Then we pick PMax. Make sure you connect it to your Google Merchant Center account. Name it properly. I would just name it PMax Test now. Okay. You always want to optimize on conversion value, so revenue basically. And yeah, in that case, I mean, it's just a dummy campaign, but let's say we're advertising in the Netherlands, and let's stick to our previous example there. We had the French store. So I would like to target France, of course, and I had English and French as languages here. Then you want to make sure that you disable that, because we don't want to have any text assets. We don't want to have that because we want to focus solely on shopping. That's why we create a feed only PMax campaign. Because without that, PMax can be everywhere. It can be on search, it can be on YouTube, it can it can function as a display ad, it can function similar to demand gen or discovery ads so basically you're using all Google placements like Gmail and Google Discovery. Like there's so many options, but usually Google Shopping ads tend to perform best. So especially as a beginner, you want to focus solely on that, and also for that store in the fashion industry, it makes a lot of sense. So we kind of tweak Performance Max a little bit, because it's a very powerful campaign type. If you know how to use it, if you have the data, so it works really, really well, but we want to tweak it a little bit so we get the most out of it. That's why we use it as a PMax feed only, where we can focus solely on shopping. I have a separate video on that as well, but I will show it to you here again. So that's basically it. You can leave that as it is. Just skip that. You do nothing here. You can name that like feed only, that's fine. All products for the start. And just leave everything empty, okay? Everything. Business name usually will automatically get imported from the merch center account, so you can leave it. Just leave it as it is. Just do nothing. So that's something we want to do, but we can do it later. I will show it to you because I'm not sure how buggy it will get again. So I want to finish that as quickly as possible and add all the things later, because sometimes it's really, really buggy when creating campaigns. That's something you have to keep in mind. So we will add singers and that stuff later. Yeah, it's a test campaign. Usually I would recommend you to start with a budget of at least 50 euros a day, preferably higher. It also depends how many products you already have on the store, but you can start with 50 a day and then scale it based on performance. But below that, it's just not worth it, because you will never get out of the learning phase. So that's one of the most common rookie mistakes, that you think you can start with a super small budget. You can in theory, but you will never get out of the learning phase, and then you wonder, okay, now I have the campaigns live for 1 month already, but it's still not working properly, and you don't realize it. But like, if you spend 10 to 20 euros a day, like, you will never properly get out of the learning phase. And yeah, it's also difficult for the algorithm to optimize that. And in the end, you still spend a lot of money. So because if you have it running with 20 euros a day for 2 months, like, you wasted a lot of time and even some money, but you still made no progress. So it's better to start with a slightly higher budget and be patient. Time and data is important, so give it some time. Let's say like at least 1 month, like 50 euros a day. It's not that much. You should have that. Should be able to do that. And yeah, give it some time, and then you will see, like, was it a complete failure? Then analyze why. Are you kind of on track and improving? Then that's good. Just stay there, optimize what you can optimize. You will get there. Again, like, be patient. It takes a lot of time and data. If it's working well, scale the budget. It's that easy. It's not complicated. But yeah, emotions play a big role, so you have to kind of detach yourself from your campaigns. And yeah, that's it basically. 50 euros a day. Check for errors. Everything should be fine. I hope it's perfect. Let's publish it. So let's pause it immediately. Okay, now we can add the audience signals, what I wanted to add during the setup process earlier. Why is my coffee so cold? Anyway, so let's do it, but we will do it in the correct ad account again, because I haven't done it yet. Let's just remove the loom thing here. It's always in the way. Okay, then you go to, where is it again? I'm still not used to the new design sometimes. I like the older one more. You can also search their audiences. It is there somewhere anyway. There, audience manager, and then we go to audiences. That's perfect. Then we create our BMX audience, which which helps to, you have to understand, you have no targeting for PMAX, okay? Like you cannot add keywords, you cannot add audiences in the end. But if you add like audiences like we do here and add specific data, it helps, you provide that information to help the algorithm to get out of the learning phase quicker. That's the only thing. Like there is no targeting, because I always see some people like having different campaign types split on different audiences. That doesn't make any sense at all, and like it blows my mind sometimes, because they have like 10 different campaigns for the same product, but just with different audiences here. And in the end, like you don't have any targeting with PMAX, so the algorithm decides how to target. You can only influence it, and you influence it with proper feed optimization. You influence it with providing the audiences for the initial learning phase. But in the end, the algorithm learns. It's based on machine learning, and then slowly you will get better results and better performance. So you have to understand that there is no targeting. This is just to speed up the learning phase. That's super important. Now you're already 10 steps ahead of most media buyers and still don't understand that. So great, let's do that. Custom segments, you can leave it empty unless, yeah, we'll show it to you. What I like to do, custom segments, yeah, if you already know which keywords are performing well or will be quite popular, for example, if you have a product that's where you have proof of concept that you know that will be selling well, you can include the keywords for that product here. Like, let's say we have a specific kind of pullover. Yeah, I don't have that actually. And it has to be in French as well. Yeah. Let's say we do it just as an example for the trench coat here. Then I would name it like keyword trench coat. Then people search for any of these terms of Google, or you can leave it that. In my experience, I use audiences a lot for YouTube and demand gen campaigns. Sometimes there's no big difference in those two in terms of performance, but obviously you have like bigger volume for if you choose that option. So it's not that, for PMAX it's fine, just pick that, I would say. And yeah, perfectly fine. People who search for any of these terms on Google. I will pick something like basically trench coat, like what's the color called? Khaki? No. Probably more popular. Get some suggestions here, only in English. Okay, perfect. So maybe some English one as well. I'm not mad. Okay, that is an example. So if you know that product will be selling well, you can provide that as a custom segment already. And yeah, basically also data that you provide to the algorithm for the learning phase. What's super important, of course, is your data that you already have in the account. So I like to add all of that. Of course, it's a new store, we don't have any data yet, but sooner or later these audiences will be filled up. But of course, it doesn't add much value now for the learning phase. It's completely different for a store where you already have Facebook ads running for a long time, or I don't know, any other traffic source, and the store has been active for quite a while. Then that is super beneficial to speed things up. Yeah, and don't be worried that your PMAX campaign is just after going your brand search terms, like it's fine. You can also separate it later on if you want something like that, but in our case, let's keep it simple. One campaign, we're just starting, we want to scale to 1 to K days, that's what we do. That's super beneficial, of course, because especially for the fashion industry, I know exactly which interests and which demographics are working. So let's add everything in that category. I can tell you exactly. Or I can tell you exactly what's working in eCom in general. So that's like more fashion focused now. Fashionistas. But everything, those work for every eCom brand. Right. Shoppers, value shoppers, luxury shoppers work super well. Shopping. Christmas, Black Friday shopping is becoming more relevant now as well. Just pick the online one, not the in-store. Do we have or that worked quite well for some of my fashion stores, department store shoppers. Seasonal shopping actually. Okay, this is women's stores only, right? Looks like it. Yeah, we definitely have to optimize the store. So let's don't pick man. Yeah, that's not that. But that as well, always performing quite well. We have pants. That's pants, right? Jeans. Yeah, not yet. Let's pick it. Yeah, we can add that. Sweatshirts and pullovers will become super relevant soon again. Have I missed anything? Yeah, we can add that. Add some suits, like, yeah, let's add that in that case. But that's basically it. Just thinking, have I missed something? Basically, the shopping audience are super helpful. They work really, really well. Some of the most common fashion audiences, like we have it, that's enough. I would just remove that because I don't want, that was just to show you. We don't have much here as well yet, but it's fine. You can also edit later. There will be, first of all, these audiences will get populated and there will be more audiences soon as well. But it's fine. Then you go back to campaigns. I hope it's not buggy here anymore and I can actually optimize things. Click on it, asset groups. It's still super buggy, but at least add saved audience signals. And there you can, similar to the custom segments I showed you, there you can add some of the high performing search terms if you already have data or what is suspect to perform quite well. Usually I skip that. I feel like it doesn't have that much of an impact compared to the audience signals. That's usually enough. But you can add the brand name there as well. That would be like that would be a no-brainer. Yeah, other than that, not really. Not right now. Okay, perfect. So next we'll go to the Google Ads editor. I will set up the search campaign like fully there. I don't want to do that online now because it's super buggy for me anyway, but we can actually, you know what, we can try. Let's try real quick. just the foundation basically. If it doesn't work, then I can, because that I can do fully. Vmix I cannot do fully in the Google Ads editor. For search it's easy. But let's try, maybe it's not that buggy with the search campaign. Website visits, because that might be easier for you compared to the Google Ads editor. You might not want to rename that later. You might not want to mess around with the editor too much. For it's nice if you, we will change the bid strategy later on. Like I cannot even, yeah, that's why I like the editor. See, like it's so, it almost pushes me to that, but I don't want it for my brand campaigns. I will explain later why. Can I even, yeah, that way. No, I don't like it. But let's see. Okay, we will exclude that. Again, some of the settings I will adjust in the Google Ads editor, like the bidding strategy later, but that you will definitely don't want to include for the brand campaign. That's quite fine, but still exclude it for the start to avoid any wasted ad spend. So France again. Then we have the languages again. You can select some of these audience segments here. They are not targeting, just observation, because we will have keyword-based targeting. So you can select all of them. So he will suggest the ones that we used recently for our BMAX campaign. So that's perfect. That's perfect actually. Ooh, off. That's super important. We don't want to work with broad match for our brand campaign. Like that's horrible. So make sure you have it off here. Otherwise you won't be able to add keywords with any other match type. Sneaky Google, huh? Anyway, that's fine. Here, skip that. Keywords, I will just add that now. So if I just add it like that, it's broad match, but I will adjust it in the Google Ads editor so you can also see how it works and learn to find your way around there as well a little bit. Official store. We will need that probably. Let's see if we can. Boutique, I don't like it. I can keep that in English as well, I guess. Like official shop is like an universal term, isn't it? Yeah. Then that's the brand name. We will pin that to position 1. That's highly beneficial in that case. Don't add too many headlines. Like we can do it right now, but don't overdo it. What does that mean? We will use this headline 4. Something like that. What else can we use? Like I will not overcomplicate it now. I try to do it as quickly as possible so we don't make it too long. But of course you can invest a little bit more brain power in your copywriting. The most important aspect for is that the brand term always shows at position 1 like that, because if your target group is already looking for your brand, or it makes sense that the brand name is popping up first and not something else, because yeah, then you realize immediately, oh, that's what I'm looking for, that's the shop where I want to go, and yeah, therefore increases the click-through rate. I don't know. Oh, why is it that long? Something like numbers are always nice as well. Is it not just trends? Yeah, that's fine. That looks good. What was that again? Something like that. Okay, so you need at least 3 headlines and at least 2 descriptions. Don't overdo it with the headlines, honestly. The more you add, the longer it takes for the algorithm to optimize, and you don't have to overcomplicate it for the brand campaign. I would stick to 3 to 4, maybe 5. And for descriptions, 2 to 4. Yeah, you can add 4 there. That's fine. Can add business logo there. We'll do things like that later. I don't have it yet. That's fine. Done. Next. Yeah, let's stick to 15. We will not spend it anyway if no one is looking for your brand. So at the beginning it will not spend a lot, obviously. Makes sense. So yeah, just for you, I will elaborate on that real quick so that you understand what we are doing. So this is basically, this campaign can only spend if someone is actively looking for your store name. So in the beginning it will not spend at all, whatever budget you use there. If you don't have a reputation yet, if you're not known yet. But with the time, when you scale your BMAX campaign and you get a lot of clicks to your store and people remember your store name, maybe you are advertising on Facebook as well, then demand increases, and obviously your potential customers will looking for your store. So then this brand campaign becomes more relevant and makes sense to set it up, because the thing is, you can reach those potential customers quite easily with a relatively low CPC, and like these campaigns have always the highest ROAS. So always makes sense to have that to boost conversion volume overall a little bit, but also to protect your brand, because there might be some competitors who will try to actively bid on your brand if you are not doing this. So it also functions as brand protection, you know what I mean? So therefore, like, it always makes sense to have a small brand campaign if you can control the CPC and it's super low. So I always edit it. It just makes perfect sense. There is, like, if you're a super big brand and like 60 to 70% of your traffic is branded traffic, because like for a brand like Nike, like they have big demand and search volume for the brand, then you have to be a little bit more strategic about it and how much you actively want to spend on brand campaigns, because like those people are already looking for you. You don't want to spend thousands of euros a day for the brand campaigns. I mean, again, it still makes sense because competitors are bidding on your brand as well, so it always serves as brand protection as well. You just want to be a little bit more strategic then. But in your case, as a dropshipper who just starts out, like, you don't have to overthink it yet. Just do as I show you here in the video and you will be successful. Perfect. Publish campaign. And now we will go to the Google Ads editor, head over there, and yeah, just make some little tweaks until we are completely ready and actually can launch the campaign. So see you there. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing, I mean, I haven't showed you now how to install the Google Ads editor and everything, but basically it's simple. Just Google for it, install it, then connect your Google account again, and then you will have all your stores. Then you can choose the one you want to work with. So, and the first you have to always do is download all the data. In that case, we will do more data, so we have everything, all campaigns. That takes a while sometimes, depending on how big the account is. And there you see now we have all the campaigns there. I have to remove my, I'm super in my own way here for the Loom things. Okay, that's fine. So first of all, I will explain to you a little bit how that works. Basically, there you can pick what you wanna pick, and there you choose the different levels. So as you can see, I'm always on campaign level here. I pick the search campaign, I'm on campaign level here. If I want to go on keyword level, I have to do it there. And now you can see I'm on keyword. And so I have picked the search campaign, I'm on keyword level, and that's why you can see the keywords here, and I can edit things here. But we wanna, and of course, if I go to the BMX campaign, you will not see anything here because we don't have any keywords. So that's quite easy to understand. You just choose your campaign there, then the level, and then you see the results here and can edit things here. So again, you just choose your campaign here, what you want to work with, you choose the level, and then you can adjust and change things here, so you can see everything here. Okay, so we will start with the campaign level first. And yeah, first thing we want to do, goal level setting, campaign specific purchases. I mean, it was purchases anyway because it's the only primary conversion action account, but that we will make sure. There we change to people in or regular in your targeted locations. That's fine, that's fine. Rest looks good here, and then we will change to manual CPC without enhanced CPC. We name it properly, like I like to name it. We will do the same for the ad group. So now I'm on ad group level, and we will set the max CPC to 25 cents. So I don't want to pay more than 25 cents for a brand click. So that should be enough for you because there will be no competition bidding on your brand yet. You might need to adjust it later someday, who knows. But anyway, then we go to the BMX campaign, we do the same there. Campaign specific purchase, we're also activated here. English. Oh, it's already correct, English and French, because I thought it was super buggy when I tried to upload it, and like yeah, all the settings were fucked up, so I thought I was still targeting like the whole world, the different countries. That's why I paused it. I wanted to adjust it in the video, but it looks fine. English, France. Okay. So I managed to somehow publish it properly. Looks good. Change that as well. So let's double check again. Campaign specific, blah blah blah. That looks good. Merchant connected. Everything disabled here, that as well. Okay, nice. Nice. I will name it feed only. We don't have to. Just a preference. That's it basically. That campaign is ready. We will change, that's important. Don't use broad, change it to exact. You could have, when you edit it online, you could have edited this as an exact match already. You just have to put it in those how is it called, this bracelets like this. Not around, let me check. If you want to edit online, you have to use those square brackets when you input it in the field like that. And then it's exact instead of broad. I usually just write it there because I use the Google Ads editor anyway and then change it here to exact. But that's super important. And that should be enough. Later on you can add some variants, but there will not be that much. That much of a search volume for your brand anyway in the beginning, so that's fine. So let's double check the ads real quick. I will adjust it later maybe, just wanted to make it quick for you. But that's fine basically. That's good for the start. Something you can also add are site links and ad assets in general. Yeah, we will do that. I would at least add the site links because I will show you how that looks. So site links, Google Ads, why it makes sense. Okay, this is how your search ad can look like. And those are site links. So I would definitely recommend you to add them because as you can see, they make your ad appear much bigger. And therefore they're way more prominent in the search engine result page if you add them like that, because it just stands out, you know. If you have just a tiny ad like here, those are the callouts, it just looks way bigger and it stands out more if you have it like that. So I would definitely recommend you can add callouts and all the other stuff as well, but I would definitely add the site links because it just makes the ad appear way bigger, and therefore you take more space. It makes sense. Yeah, those are the callouts. And we can add snippets as well. At least 4. And yeah, you can, I don't want to make the video super long, but that's always good to add. It's not essential. But let's say like, you can do, I will make it in English now real quick I will change it later on. But something like all products, and then you link to the product page, something like best sellers, and then you link to the best sellers page here. Something like, I don't know, women's collection. And here, I don't know, about us page, for example. It's just about the space that you take with that. And then like a quick description line. You don't have that many, cannot write a lot here. I think you have only like, you can only add 35 characters per description line. So yeah, let's do something like that, for example. Discover our best sellers. I just show you real quick how it can look like. You have to put in a little bit more brain power in writing your copy. Discover our best sellers. order now online, stuff like that. Then you link to your bestsellers and you can upload it. You can do the same with callouts. I will show you real quick how that will look like. Callouts are basically, how do you say, I like to include the main benefits there, like free shipping, for example, free shipping or top quality, stuff like that, you know, you get the picture. Top quality, what else do we have? 2+1 promo, stuff like that. Just things like callouts, yeah, things that stand out, things that are interesting. Make it short and simple. And for snippets, I would add it as well. I like to include, so yeah, in our case, French. Or let's do English for that now, because otherwise it's hard to understand. English, and then you can only choose one of those. I like styles in our case in the fashion space, and then I would add the different product categories like jackets, jeans, pullovers. What else did we got? Underwear maybe, sweaters, stuff like that. You can use all 10 of that. So I would definitely include that, site links, callouts, and snippets. You can also include images, business logo for your brand campaign. So that makes a lot of sense. Definitely include the site links. And yeah, then you're good to go. Just upload it once you're done. I will remove that for now, so we can upload the rest. Yeah, quick explanation about the Google Ads editor. So like if it's bold like that, you can see campaigns, ad groups, everything is like big black and bold. That means that you have done some changes here. So we adjusted things on campaign level. Here you can see there as well. We adjusted things on ad group level. We adjusted things on keyword level. And there you can see you made changes. That's why it's black and bold. And if you want to remove anything, like just remove, it's just a draft, it's not online yet. I will add it later. Just wanted to show you real quick how it can look like. And you can do the same online, by the way. You don't have to do it in the Google Ads editor. So we have everything. I like to get the recent basic changes first before I upload everything, just to make sure. So everything's up to date. It's just like a habit thing. Perfect, then we can post everything. There you can see, make sure you pick all campaigns, because selected campaigns is just the search brand campaign now. All campaigns, there you can see everything that you changed. Basically, okay, we changed something on campaign level, ad group level, S group level, and keyword level. Post. Perfect. So let's do the Loom stuff there somewhere. Okay, perfect. That would be it. Basically, we are done with the Google Ads Masterclass. We have done everything from A to Z. I have created the accounts with you. We installed tracking. We installed TrackB, so we have a proper tracking foundation. And now you have also your ads online. Let's check the campaigns real quick how it looks. So now you have your campaigns there. All campaigns. It's finally online. Our campaigns, BMAX there. You can see the products online already. Perfect. Yeah, that's something you can optimize later on with a proper feed optimization. You should definitely do that sooner or later when the campaign is pending and it's performing quite well, you should invest like in good proper feed optimization. That's not something you can do with the basic tools in Shopify. I like to use General, really reliable tool. I work with that a lot for all of my clients. So that just makes a lot of sense. Search campaign is there as well. There's something we can change real quick. I like to we already did it when we created it online, right? You cannot do that in the Google Ads editor. Marketing objective sales, the rest is looking good. Perfect, just perfect. Yeah, we're good to go. We are ready to scale and grow your store. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I will link my contact details somewhere below the video in the Notion document. It's best to contact me on Instagram. I'm quite active there. And yeah, just get in touch with me if you have any questions, if you want to know something, if I can help you with something. And I will try to reply as quickly as possible and help you with any questions. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, reach out and speak soon. Bye. Have a nice day.